Let me see how many people are going to come on my live. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome to my live stream. So, today I'm going to talk to you about why working moms are exhausted after work and how to fix it. I'm going to touch on 4 points. Those are solutions that you can actually start doing today to gain energy after work and have the energy to be with your family, to be with your partner, and of course, to be with yourself. As a working mom myself, my name is Rispa Johnson. I am a working mom and I'm a personal trainer as well. So I really understand the struggle. When you wake up in the morning, you are going to tackle a lot of things before you get to work. That is taking care of your kids, you have to plan the family, you have to drop them off to school, and then you have the commute. And when you get to work, there are all these meetings, you have to deal with your colleagues, you have to deal with customers, and by the end of the day, you are totally depleted and exhausted. What happens? You end up skipping your workouts, you end up ordering out, you eat that kind of food that is crap, actually, you feel guilty, and now what? Let me tell you something. It is totally normal and it is okay. But today I'm going to show you 4 reasons why you feel exhausted and how you can fix it. So let's get started. Number one, you have a very busy schedule from the start when you wake up in the morning. You commute to work, like I said, you take care of your kids, you drop them off, you have the commute, of course, and then you have all these meetings you're taking care of. You have to deal with your colleagues, right? And all these things are putting you on a stress mode. So your cortisol level is very high at this point. You're going and moving through your day with a lot of cortisol in your body, which is very high. So the solution to this is to take short breaks. When you're having your lunchtime, go out for walks, at least 15 to 20 minutes. Clear your head, speak to your colleague, exchange ideas, and just talk about things that's outside of work just to lower your cortisol and actually grounding your nervous system as well. So when you get back to work, you're fresh and you're ready to go. Point number two, you are under eating. Like, let's be honest. How many of you are really, or can tell me today that you're eating the way you should be eating? I know that you are skipping breakfast. You are only drinking coffee. That's what you call breakfast, right? And then your breakfast does not contain enough protein. You have very little protein in your breakfast, which tends to make you crave for other things like a lot of carbohydrates and a lot of sweet things at work. And then, of course, you are skipping lunch. You're not eating your lunch either. So, all these things combined are going to make your energy go very low. And that's why you feel very depleted when you go home in the evening. So you have no energy to take care of your family or energy for yourself. First of all, where you're working, it's taking all your energy. Anything you do at work or anything you're doing with your colleagues is taking your energy, right? So you need to be actually fueling yourself so that you can get enough energy to be able to do all these things that you are doing at work and for your family. So the solution here for you is hello, thank you, Anders Eriksson, and I don't know who that is. Hi, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining my live here. All right, so the solution here for you, if you want to have enough energy, after work is that you need to have enough protein in your meals. Make sure that you're eating breakfast. Coffee only is not breakfast. I need you to include 30 grams of protein in your breakfast. If you don't know how to do that, contact me and I will help you with that because I'm a personal trainer and I know what I'm talking about. Okay? So, 30 grams of protein in your breakfast. Why? Because this is going to keep you very full the whole day, at least for 4 hours before you have your lunch. Okay? You are going to be very satisfied. You're not going to crave a lot of other things that you're craving at work. You are going to feel very satisfied. And during lunchtime, have protein with your lunch as well. There also, if you don't know how much protein you should be consuming according to your body weight and your goal, please contact me and I will help you out with that because I'm a personal trainer and I know what I'm talking about. All right. The third thing that you need to be doing is, of course, going for walks after your lunch so that you lower your cortisol levels. So let's move to point number three, decision fatigue. Now, this one holds a very special place in my heart because I do not like decision fatigue because it drains my energy. What I do is create systems that make my work easier. And as a working mom, we have decisions that we're making the whole day. You're making decisions with your family, you're making decisions at work, at meetings, you're making decisions with your colleagues. All this is going to drain your energy. And you're also making decisions on what meals you're going to have with your family. So, of course, you're going to be drained of energy. So, what I would do, for example, when it comes to meals, have meal planning. Plan your meals ahead of time. If you don't know how to do that, I can create a guide for you on how to do that. So if you're interested, let me know. The other thing you can do if you want to work out and you're always thinking of when to do it, and when the time comes and when you want to do it, you're like, oh, I cannot do it because I don't have energy right now. So, what you can do is put your workout in your calendar. Just the way you have your meetings at work, make sure your workouts are in your calendar because your workouts are meetings with yourself. Do not cancel the meetings with yourself while you're having meetings with your CEO at work. Okay? Put yourself first. Make sure that you're doing your workouts after work days. Even if it's 15 minutes or 30 minutes. Just show up for yourself and you're going to get the energy that you need. For everything else, for your family, for your partner, and for your kids. Point number four, and this is the last one. You are waiting for motivation. Now, let me tell you something. Motivation is an illusion, it doesn't exist. Motivation always comes when you move. So, start moving, then motivation is going to follow. So, many women think like this when it comes to their workouts. I have a lot of work, I'm very busy. When I have more energy, that is when I'm going to start working out. That's a lie. You are lying to yourself by saying that to yourself. When I have more energy, then I'm going to work out. That's a lie. Why? Because movement creates energy, not what you think. Okay? Movement creates energy. So you cannot wait for energy in order for you to do something. You need to move so that you get the energy to do that thing you want to do. In this case, it's working out. So start moving, get the energy, and enjoy your workout. What I would advise you is to also lower the barrier for exercise. Many women do not exercise because they think it's a very heavy task to do. I would advise you to lower the barrier for exercise. What I mean by this is that you do not have to go to the gym every day, okay? You do not have to do kind of exercises that will exhaust you, like HIIT programs, like doing that every day either. No, lower the barrier. As a personal trainer and as a working mom, I tell you this: start with 15 minutes to 20 minutes walk a day. If you've never exercised a day in your life and you really want to start exercising today, start with 15 to 20 minutes a day walk around the block where you are living. Or if you're going to work and maybe you are driving, please park a block away from where you're working and take your walk. During lunchtime at work, have your lunch, because I know most people have between 1 hour to 45 minutes lunch break. I have 30 minutes lunch break, but then we have an allowance of 1 hour if you want to. So I usually utilize the 1 hour so that I can have my lunch and then go for my walk. When I go for my walk and come back to work later on in the afternoon, my mind is clear. I have more energy to put in the work that I need to do before I go home. All right. And usually I also put my days where I'm working out in my calendar. So I know exactly. I usually work out 4 days in a week. So I usually know exactly what days I work out. So when I get off work, I go and work out immediately. And then I go home. So lower the barrier to exercise. Go for 15 minutes walk every day around the block, at work, or during your lunch break. And then if you're starting to work out at the gym, please have a plan. Do not just step into the gym without a plan and go in. Gosh, I see this every day. People go into the gym and they're just running around. I mean, they go around all the machines that are there. They have no plan, they have no structure, they don't even know what they're doing. Have a plan, know exactly what you're doing at the gym and what kind of machines that you can use so that you do not injure yourself. If you do not have that kind of help, please go to the reception and ask for the people who are working there. If there's a personal trainer who can help you out, or if there's an introduction that they can help you with for the machine, so you know exactly what you're doing and you're not just stepping into the gym and acting blindly. You can hurt yourself, like really hurt yourself. Okay, so when you're starting to work out at the gym, I would advise you as a personal trainer and as a mom, start with 2 days a week. 2 days a week is enough for you to actually get into the habit and build a routine. It takes 21 days for us to build a routine and have it going, and it's going to be a routine for us, right? So, 2 times a week, go to the gym 2 times a week, have the consistency. You don't need to have the intensity, just be consistent. 2 times a week. Show up for yourself, do the exercises, and you will see that all these things you're doing during that time, maybe 4 weeks, you go to the gym 2 times a week, it's going to build a habit in you and it's going to end up being a routine. And then later on, you can actually add the days. Instead of 2 days a week, you can add 3 days a week. And then with your exercises, of course, you need to progress. Do not keep on carrying the same weights, like 10 kilos of dumbbells doing your biceps. You do that for 4 or 5 weeks, then you're not going to get any results. You need to have progression in your exercises. Now, if you are an exhausted mom, you are tired of being tired, you are tired of being exhausted after work days, I actually have an 8 week strength system, an energy a strength and energy system that will help you get to your goal. It includes simple exercises that can be done at home or at the gym. You're going to work with your body, learn how your body actually feels when you're doing the exercises, and you are going to feel how your body progresses with the exercises. You'll feel when you need to carry more weight because you're going to get stronger during the 8 weeks and you'll want to do more. So, if you're interested in that, I'm going to put the link in the description below, and I also have a link in my bio if you are interested in the 8 week strength and energy system. So, now I'm going to go through again what we talked about today. I'm going to summarize. So, I was actually talking about why working moms are exhausted after work and how to fix it. Number one, you need to, because you have a very big, busy schedule, I would advise you to take breaks. Take short breaks during work and even when you come home. Okay? That will lower your cortisol level. Number two, you are under eating. Fix your diet. Have enough protein in your meals, and especially when you're starting with breakfast, do not only drink coffee for breakfast. Include a protein, a high protein meal. And in the high protein meal, please have 30-gram protein in your meals. That is according to your weight and your goals. Lunchtime, do not miss your lunch. Have your lunch meals and include protein in them. And then you can have snacks as well. Make sure they include protein in them as well. So if you want to have tips on snacks that include protein in them, let me know in the comments below and I'll share them with you. The third thing here is to eliminate decision fatigue. How can you do this? You can do this by creating systems that will make your work easier. For example, meal planning. For example, meal prepping. For example, putting your workouts in a calendar so you know exactly when you are to work out, and you do not have to think about that next time. You just go and work out, okay? The last point is about motivation. Forget motivation, it is an illusion. Okay? Uh, Start moving and the motivation will come. All right? So, women who are thinking that when I have more energy, then I'll start to work out, cross that. That is not true. Okay? Start moving and the energy will come. Start moving and the energy will come. I'll repeat that again. Okay? So let me see. Where are you people watching from? I see people coming into my live. Please write where you are watching from. Thank you for coming into my live. Please write what you. Oh, you're from Cuba. Hi from Cuba. Hi. Oh, from Russia. Thank you. Thank you for joining my live. Hi. Oh, you're from Sweden. Hi there. Thank you. So I hope that you got value from my live. Thank you for joining. And please, if you need any more tips about the meals, how to include protein in your meals, and how much protein that you need to eat, just write that in the comments below. I will check them out. If you want tips on protein snacks, include that in the comments as well so I can share that with you on my next live. So thank you for watching and see you on my next live. Bye.